Nadir has been played top lane quite. He's a really strong top laner. Of course, this could play into the favour of what they're planning on picking. We've still got Karthus out there, which PK is pretty renowned for. Tryndamere banned. Tryndamere is a massive North America player at the moment.
Yeah.
He's like the flavour of the month, as it were, in North America. Immediately, Graves getting locked out by Dignitas. Are Spain going to go straight with Karthus here? PK, we see him all the time with it in Fnatic, but it's a kind of a different role here in the Spanish team, so we don't know what sort of role, whether he's going to be the mid. I mean, Iranian's not the jungler. Of course, Morgana is available, so Morgana would be a wise choice. We saw Morgana earlier today on Germany versus Vietnam. Germany, actually, I can give you an update on the scores as well, because Germany actually lost to Poland, so they are 1-1 at the moment. Poland also a 1-1 because they lost to Singapore. Singapore 2-0 in that group. Big surprise. And we thought we might get this. As the Asian teams coming into this, they are very, very strong. In Korea, they're going to get cheered because they're an Asian continent team at the end of the day. So it's really opening things up. And like I mentioned, Dignitas really have the pressure on them. They have the UK to play after this game, and Spain have to play China after this match. But right now, really, I mean, this could be a group decider right here. We're seeing Sono being picked up here. Gangplank, of course, very strong jungler. Pretty standard stuff. So Rani's, I'm guessing, going to be in the jungle. I'm only going by the positions. Obviously, they play normally in their teams, but of course, they are representing the countries. Things could change.
Yeah, and this game really is even make or break for Dignitas, you know. They lose this and they're out, and that game against the UK is basically for who finishes last in the group. So, you know, a really super important one in this. Obviously, MYM getting off to that perfect start with a victory. We're going to get the next two picks in here for Spain. They already have Morgana, they already have Gangplank in and locked, and it looks like the Cow could be next up. Ooh. Interesting choices here, yep, and we are going to get the Urgot and the Alistar locked in.
That is a very strong bottom lane there. That's assuming they are going to be playing support Alistar, of course. They could play Gangplank along the top lane. We don't know, but I'm guessing it's going to be a support Alistar in there with Urgot, which is very strong because obviously Urgot's going to get the lock on. If Alistar can get the pulverize or headball mix with that lock on, and then obviously you got the ulti switch, it's a deadly combination in bottom lane. What are they going to be up against? It's going to be Skara. Well, it won't be Skara, it'll be Cutie Pie on Graves, and of course Sona. We've said it so many times for anyone that hasn't really watched us. We believe Sona is by far the strongest support player. Of course, we have quite a few new ones coming in. Flavour of the month, Nunu, of course, after Empire so famously pulled off their defeat of Escape. And we're going to get Fizz. Here we go. Now this is someone we never really get in the UK, which is in Europe. Sorry. For some reason, Fizz was never picked, despite the fact he's a really strong hero. So we're going to get Fizz from Dignitas locked in there. And of course, more importantly, will they be playing him AD or AP? It is viable to play him either way. If it's going to be AP, which I think it will be, they're going to be going with a double AP strat, which we have, is very much the European meta. So maybe that's going to play into the hands of Spain. What will their final pick be? Of course, Karthus is still available. Whether they're going to go with that, possibly in the mid, maybe a Morgana up top, I'm not too sure. It's wide open. There is a lot of championship pick from. Of course, there's 86 in the game. We are on the Fizz patch, remember. We are not on the latest build, so we won't have Volibear in there. Thank you very much, Joe. You can see I'm playing for that one. And of course, as well as the minion tweaks or the 15% reduction. We don't have that in there, so you've got to think of all the things that are going on in the patches. See, it's the stable client. The final pick will be Aurelia, so it's going to be Aurelia on top, Gangplank in the jungle, so it will be an Alistar Urgot combo down the bottom. That is going to be an interesting one, so we're seeing a full-on clash of metagame here.
And it looks like, actually, the way that they're setting up here, at the moment, PK may just be playing in that bottom lane even with Urgot. He's got flash and heal on him at the moment, but better, who we've seen with that support role before, will be on Alistar. Rani in the jungle, Exeter in the mid here with Morgana, and then looking like we're going to see Hein up at the top. Voyboy actually has flash ignite, so does Skara, so we could maybe see a bit of the old switcheroo going on between Rise and Fizz, depending, where they really want to have that position, who they want to go up against.
Yeah, so as we mentioned, this is really a decider for who goes through the group. There's no two ways about it. UK are looking like they're probably out. They're 2-0 down. However, they could have a situation where Sorry, I'm just chasing water under the desk. Try my best to fade away. Joe's looking at me all strange. And of course, we've only got a 6-second cooldown timer, which is awesome.
Yeah, we're, no messing around. We don't need that 3-minute delay. We're here on LAN, and, they don't need it. They don't need it. They can't see the screens unless they turn around, at which point they get a slap on the back of the head from the admins and probably disqualified from the tournament as well. But we are going to be kicking this one off here very, very shortly. And, a thrilling game incoming, I hope. I don't want to see any one-sided stuff. For those of you at home that are just joining into the stream, that have just woken up or whatever, first of all, thanks for coming with us, because I know this is an ungodly hour of the day for a lot of people.
Whichever country you're in, of course, we are 9 hours ahead of GMT, so they'll have to bear with us. We don't control the mouse either, which is important to note in this game, so if we miss first blood, don't blame me. We actually were pretty good in the last one, so it's all good. And obviously it's going to be testing our theory that a lot of people like to make on them forums, says they need a separate man control in the game because they missed stuff. Well, you know what? We'll see.
We're going to find out. We're going to find out. So yeah, we are controlling the game. We're getting the feed from the Korean TV station, and then we're just taking what we see. And we don't have a picture for Fizz, unfortunately, in the pics, apparently. And Graves, that is Graves. We don't just have his picture, but not his name. Nocturne, Sona, Rise, and of course Fizz. That is the lineup here for Team USA. The question is, are we going to stay and show Spain, or are we going to get into the game?
Yeah, because we do tend to get level 1 fights at the moment. We haven't got the spectator control showing there. We do. Now they toggle it on. And of course, Spain and Dignitas going at it. And I mean, we can call them Spain and Dignitas. Technically what the name is, because there is a second American team, which I'm pretty sure everybody knows about, is going to be CDE. And at the moment we are finally into the game. And there we go. So pings go down. And Dignitas, ironically, it's the Spanish team that are doing the jungle invade. And the Spain team, who normally we expect the US team to be the ones invading. We had Germany invading earlier on today. Oh, they just caught a glimpse of them as they pinned past. And someone's enjoying the fog of war selections. Like I mentioned, we can obviously you can see all the spectator mode, the functions. Obviously, you can see the builds, the kills, the CS, everything. Luckily, thankfully, is there and working. Thanks to the Riot spec mode that we finally have. And at the moment, Clairvoyance goes down. They know exactly that they are going for blue. Looks like a possible invade down towards the golems. That's obviously where Dignitas will be. It's the advantage that the blue side have, and that is where the Dignitas are. Dignitas in the blue, Spain on the purple. They're going to have an invading now. Alistair trying to sneak his way in. Will find Cutie Pie. Cutie Pie's just going to back away from that one. And possibly going to be a steal on the goal. And will they try and take it? I guess they will. Who's going to pick up the gold, though? They will try and steal it, and that will be a gold steal. So that halves the experience between them. It makes it all even. Because if we do let the opposition AD take that, he's pretty much level 2 before he even gets in lane.
Yeah, really nice start there. We're seeing Aranya here in the jungle, and we will hopefully be switching around often enough. And we can have a look here. And we saw actually right at the start the 100 gold difference. That's from Locust using the new money mastery actually on Sona from that start. And obviously down in this bottom lane we will have Sona and Graves up against Alistair and Urgot. And we're already seeing some action here, both Gangplank and Nocturne are in there. Jack gonna have to flash away from this one. Can they push in onto him? There goes the fear proc, and Aranya is gonna get feared. That's gonna allow Jack to move away, but Aranya relentless in his push there, putting the damage down here on the bottom lane onto Cutie Pie as well, who will back himself away into safety in an action-packed first 3 minutes here, Demon.
Yeah, and you can also see the health bars at the side, which tell you that Fizz and Aurelia are going at it a little bit at the top there. We'll try and keep our eyes on that one. It's the usual case of top lane, It can be deceiving when you see them crossing over, because generally they can beat each other down and not actually get their kill. A pulverize get on towards Cutie Pie there. The lock on again from PK, really zoning him out well from the experience here. Having a few issues with that one. Hine at the top there versus Voyboy, of course. Fizz versus Aurelia. It's a matchup we just don't get to see in Europe. I'd be interested to see how much they actually get to play it. Obviously these guys stream a lot in the queues. Again, the headbutt pulverize combo from Pepetta is working very well. Cutie Pie really being harassed here. We've lost the CS marker in the middle. There we go. I was going to say, we can see what the difference is already. It's actually very even, 12-13, so very much still even. And of course, once that bookshot starts building up, they're going to be able to pressure him back. It's all about whether they can get that lock on in the mid. PK, PK playing in AD is something we don't normally see.
Yeah, that is definitely something you don't see. We'll see how he, adapts to this role. I guess that the Spanish team have had a lot of time actually to be training this one. There you see the Dignitas team on your screen. A short time. Actually, Fizz already going back in that top lane, and I think Voivoi might have a bit of trouble up there with Aurelia. As we see Jack very low, and I'm always very cautious when I hear the Koreans here in the on the stage. They get loud, and I don't know why. Here's a push down onto Cutie Pie. Morgana's coming in. There goes the tormented soil. Ignite is out as well. And he survived. HP. Amazing, amazing stuff. Oh, and Cutie Pie, I'm sure I'm breathing a sigh of relief after that one. Hexa, he only just caught him with the tormented soil there. I think a millimeter to the other side, and that would have been the kill.
Yeah, and the problem was they pushed him too early. That he had a wave of minions coming, so he couldn't get that dark bindings through, which is obviously what they planned to do. But of course, that means he got away. They missed the experience in mid, so technically Extermin is actually down against Scarra right now. And of course, playing Rice. Rice is one of those champions that has been a little bit out of favour, certainly in Europe. Obviously, the American team, Scarra, well, he's all about the mana, and he used to be very strong. He had that little nerf a while ago. It's going to be interesting to see how he pans out against Morgana, because of course Morgana could just Black Shield up and say thanks, I'm off now. You won't have no problems. You wouldn't have thought. You've got Nocturne having a little peek there down the bottom onto PK. But I don't think there's going to be anything coming of it. And as Cutie Pie picks up all the CS. So CS-wise between these two guys is still bang on even, 24-27. Slightest advantage actually with Dignitas there. The lock-in again coming in. PK got no mana though. He's going to have to get that mana move built up as quick as possible. You can see obviously that's why he started with the mana crystal. Look at it, oh, the headbutt pulverized. It's just harassment at the moment, but the Koreans are loving it.
Yeah, and to be honest, Demon, I apologise, and for everyone at home as well, if I seem to ignore Demon or repeat what he just said, because I can't actually hear anything. Yeah, if I turn this up, the game sounds actually break my eardrums. So, trying to find a balance there between Demon and game sounds. Hopefully we'll fix that for a little bit later. Right now, 200k goal difference. Voivoi up at top, still fairly healthy up there, but Hein is now level 5 as we switch away from them. Jack just finishing off, and I'm not sure if that was actually stolen there, but better taking some damage from Cutie Pie down at bottom because Urgot has gone home. He's been home back to buy, and again, that Tear of the Goddess will be picked up for him. No real surprise in that moving up to that Mana Moon. In the middle area in terms of CS, 48-36. That's obviously from that little gang attempt that came in earlier on, put him a little bit behind. And up at top, yeah, the CS up at top is a big difference right now. 52 to Aurelia to the 37 now of Fizz. And like I said, I really think that Voivoi is going to struggle that top lane against Aurelia. She's super strong.
Yes, at the moment you can see Gangplank sneaking in towards that top. Not too sure whether Voivoi saw him there. Managed to ninja his way in. Clairvoyance has been used down the bottom, so they won't have any vision of it. Extermin also taking a walk down towards the bottom there. Oh, they've gone towards Cutie Pie, but unfortunately his AD carry is not with him. He's harassing too early. Before Morgana managed to get in there, they just pinged Morgana there. They would have seen him come through the tri-bush. And they're going to have to back away from this. Meanwhile, at the top there, they're going to try and go towards Voivoi. He's going to get out of that one quite easy. Very excitable, these Koreans. They are loving this action. It's great to actually listen to them as well, despite the fact we're trying to commentate next to them.
Yeah, if only I could understand, I'm sure it'd be really, really entertaining. But there you see Dignitas deep in concentration. Yeah, up at the top, the one thing that Voivoi's got, the great thing about Fizz. Oh.
Why did he flash?
Why did he just flash?
Was he really expecting to get caught out? I mean, he would have possibly got prison there, but I don't think he surely would have had enough there. Rise to take him down.
I don't think so.
You never know, though. He was in mid. When he wasn't, he got on him at the moment. He's only got a Tear of the Goddess. Obviously, builds off that mana, but I'm not sure that flash was quite required there. As it is, it's very even in gold, you can see. And again, Babetta coming down, he's going to try and headbutt Pulverize up towards Cutie Pie. Actually made him use the dash, nicely done there. Backed out of it, the lock on the game, going to surely come into Cutie Pie there. PK obviously will be a lot stronger now. As soon as he gets that mana start building up, he'll be able to spam those abilities a bit more. But Cutie Pie is not falling for it, he's quite happy just passive farming down the bottom here. 43 to 45, so still very much even between them. The big difference at the moment is telling build that top there. Like you mentioned, Aurelia on 68, has just been back, got double Dorans, Ruby Crystal, and that long sword. And he's So at the moment, they really are just letting them have this bottom turret. They're just completely zoning them away from it. Will they be able to take it down first? We are just coming up to 9 minutes into the game, so Dragon is entirely possible. You can see Gangplank also in and around there. Fizz is actually coming down, so they're going to start trying to position for Dragon here, I think.
Yeah, Dignitas starting to push out now. Scarra is there, of course, on Rise as the Clairvoyance goes down. And it looks like Scarra trying to force a little bit back there. Voyboy is coming down. There goes the Prism onto Bavetta. He's going to survive that one. Scarra actually getting Dark Bind and Tormented Soiled. So we did see that Magic Shield going perfectly timed onto Urgot. Make sure it didn't take too much damage. And Dignitas, they're going to fancy their chances. Flash from behind as well. Action all up the flank. Bavetta is going. Is in there. Double Fizz. I'm starting to commentate like a Korean. I don't know why, Demon, but that was great action once again. 3-0 for Dignitas at the start of this one. That gives them a Dragon.
It gives them that Dragon. It gives them a big gold advantage. Hind was teleporting down. You can see his teleport was cancelled as well. He was about to come down. Instead, he's going to trade and say, you know what, I'll take the top turret and trade for a Dragon. The bottom turret may well go down here as well. Hind's going to continue pushing down. But like I say, he's already used that teleport. He was going to come down to help a little bit too late. And they got caught out very nicely there. And that was all about simply Aranyi getting caught out of position. They just managed to catch onto him. Scarra really pushed the advantage very well there. So 3-0 is a big advantage, but the gold you can see is not that great just yet. We are slowly moving out to the lane phase, but first Dragon, all important, does go to Dignitas. Now, what are they going to build from that? You can see a quick look at the gold there as well. Spanning across, you can see that Graves is sitting on 1100 gold there, so he's probably going to go back and buy. He's got 2 assists out of it. The kills actually went to Fizz. Fizz managed to pick them both up, which gave him advantage because he was falling behind. And you look at the CS, 90 to 49. That's a big difference in the CS. However, because he's got those 2 kills, it's obviously pulled him back into it. He's picked up an inch, Tabby blasting 1. So a Phage, of course, for Aurelia. Aurelia's just gone back. So the question is, now they're going to start grouping up. Where will they push? It's looking like mid at the moment. We've got 3 coming into mid. They're pinging actually over to the blue buff, and that was Spain. So Spain might go for a bit of an invader. I think they're waiting for a Clairvoyance on it. They check their own jungle. Their own red's just been CV'd by Dignitas. As it is, I think they're going to group up and start pushing mid.
Yeah, right now we do have Pine in there as well, just clearing out this minion wave. Obviously, up to level 8 now, Morgana, so that Tormented Soil clearing that backline of minions. The caster minions out very, very quickly. Closer look at Voyboy.
Are they playing the freak drinking game there or what?
Here we go. Actually, PK could take a fair bit of damage here. Cutie not doing too much. And a nice reply from PK. Cutie Pie being taken down to around about half HP. Fizz has come back into his lane now up at top. Irelia is there. As we see Jack just covering this middle area as Rise goes off. Looks like they could go for the push here onto Exeter. No. We are just going to see them swap out as Scarra comes back into that lane. Down on bottom, a fair bit of pressure being put as they switch in there as well. And again, see the quick draw coming in, followed up by a bit of damage there. Now, there's a lot of pressure, but the great thing about Urgot Demon is his range is ridiculous once you get that lock on.
Yeah, it's all about getting that lock on. If you miss it, you're going to feel it. You can see the gold at the moment. The highest gold person on there is Aurelia, obviously, of course, with that. But you can see immediately they're actually almost identical with Fizz because Fizz picked up those 2 kills. Despite being way behind in the CS, it's all made up for. And looking towards the middle, actually, Morgana's actually fell behind Scarra. Of course, Scarra's also got that support kill. So fell behind in the gold. Aranyi's just getting caught out again there, and Scarra put in a couple of shots in the back end, saying, yeah, you best back off, son. He has got the blue buff, of course, as is Extermin. The difference is, of course, Extermin can easily just AFK farm. Scarra blowing his ulti there to keep the CS down, which tells me he's going to go back and buy any second. He's just building up. He's got the Catalyst and the tier, so he's going to be doing a lot of damage here. And Fizz is getting a lot of spare farm as well. You can see him up the top there, pretty much on his own. Aurelia is actually coming around, maybe trying ninja in there, but you can see there's that ward in that bush, so they're going to exactly know it's coming. Dignitas at the moment playing this one very well.
Yeah, they have that 3-0 lead right now. They don't need to be making any risky moves. You see there, PK actually doing a great amount of damage. In comes the ulti now. Nice flash away from PK, but Babetta could be the one in a little bit of trouble. They're going to surely try and follow this one up. PK is still there. Jack going fairly low. There's the solo. And that was a great actually the kill for Sona in the end of it all. Actually, Cutie Pie is managing to stay alive. Prism went in onto Irelia, who is still the skin of her teeth. So much amazing action in this game. And Dignitas now at 5-1 up. They're in a very comfortable position so far at 14 minutes and 20 seconds gone.
Yeah, they've been moving into the team phase and transitioning far better than Spain. Spain just haven't seemed to have clicked at the moment. They did very well in the lane phase, just not quite managed to sort of get themselves in there. We're seeing Fizz coming down the Sheen now on him as well. Imaqtpie actually going with the pickaxe rather than a BF sword to start with there, and with the boots, obviously didn't quite have enough to get in there early on. Manamune now on Urgot as well completed. Just the pings going down. Remember, Dragon will be due in around about a minute's time, which is probably why we're seeing Dignitas start to teleport back and get buy a few items. And Ionian boots on Urgot as well now, so Urgot and Alistair, the gambles not really work for them down the bottom there. And despite the earlier harassment, you know, it's not phased Imaqtpie one bit. You can see it's 0-0-4, 1-0-4, and Sona picking up the kill there importantly, which is never a great thing, but you know, it happens sometimes.
Yeah.
And really the kills on Fizz is the big difference, because that was the only advantage that Spain had in this game. Unfortunately, it's been taken away from them. Babetta getting caught there, trying towards Locust. They're going to surely lock onto him. Again, doesn't get a chance to use his ulti and will back away. It remains still 5-1. And Babetta tries he might. He's managed to catch him out a few times. We have 3 stacked up in the mid now. You can see they're coming down River, so got to be wary of that one. Spain are... There's the ping going down, actually. They're going to invade straight for blue. Yeah, the ping's going out because there is a ward in that river, so they're immediately seeing it. You can see Gangplank and Irelia coming down the map. I'm checking in the right-hand corner minimap. You can see it. They're moving towards mid, so yeah, they're wisely all backing away, which tells me the Dragon is due.
Yeah, that Dragon surely should be up here in just a moment. So PK just going back onto his turret. We are seeing Exit coming down. Hein is already in that middle lane. Gangplank's there as well. There's, well, 2 wards in there. Why not? Good vision, double vision, as Jack is actually stealing away. They are taking these golems on that bottom area. Here was the ward down. So both teams are very stacked around this Dragon area. Dragon, of course, did spawn just moments ago. Spain starting to move in here with all 5. They want to clear this ward out and get rid of that Dignitas vision, which they've done quite nicely, as we are just switching around through the fog of war to see who can see who. Clairvoyance is coming down, and Spain have actually backed away from this one. They've moved back towards that bottom lane. In the middle there, Morgana and Scarra have gone back to farming. So it looks like Dragon will stay in its spawn pit for now, Demon.
Yeah, and I'm just looking around, and you know, not to be greedy, but I think we've got the biggest crowd of the day, Joe.
Yeah, we have.
It's pretty much full out there. So there's a lot of people in this crowd watching this game. So that is good to know when there's been StarCraft on all day. But Spain are going to try and take this Dragon. Dignitas are surely not going to allow it. There is a 4-5 man. They're going to be split actually coming in there. They've managed to let it back. There goes the crescendo straight across. PK going down. Very nicely done. The Gangplank ulti going to come across. I think Arani's going to try and get away with this one. Chat does go down. Voyboy surely will follow. Heinz all over the back end. But Heinz getting caught out. Voyboy turns around. Graves takes him down. Really well played there. And, well, despite all the damage that went out there, it was only a 2-1 overall. And really all began. Extermin though getting caught out there. Cutie Pie surely will finish strong.
Wow.
The ulti. Very nicely done. And that makes it a 3-1. And Dignitas, and I didn't see who actually got the Dragon in it. I think it was Dignitas actually managed to ninja the Dragon in amongst it all. Looking at the gold, it's now 8-2 of course. They are 5k ahead. That has put them in a huge advantageous position. They will take down this spinning turret in the mid there, and that'll be their first one of the game. There's a huge stack up the top. Whether they're going to move to it, they're pinging actually towards the red, so they want to invade, try and take the resources away, but Fizz is just going to follow it up. There you can see also Scarra going up towards the top as well. And Spain now have to react to it, but they are 8-2 down. That is a big difference. So really, an important win possibly for Dignitas, because we talked about the group stage earlier on. Of course, if Dignitas go ahead and win this one, and MYM go and lose to UK, we can have a full-on three-way split because they'll all be on 2-1 losses. Of course, that's just assuming Dignitas lose to UK, which is a big assumption.
Yeah, there's quite a few possible outcomes of this group. And just to go back to that fight there, I'm not sure what Exa was thinking with Morgana to come back across Graves there when they'd already seen him. I mean, sure, you can stick your black shield on, but guess what? It's not going to do a lot against Graves. He's just going to rip you to shreds. As we just see Aranya here back in the jungle. And as Demon mentioned, you know, it's pretty much 6k gold right now, the advantage. 8-2 in terms of the kills. We're about to hit this 20-minute mark. Let's have a look again back towards the CS. 99 for Fizz to 145 of Irelia, but Fizz is 2-0-2, as we pointed out a little bit earlier on. Does have Sheen and Blasty one. Must have a fair bit of gold, actually, Fizz, to be honest, because I don't think it's been back to buy much recently. Now, we have got the Glacial Shroud up, plus the Catalyst Protector, plus that Tear of the Goddess from earlier on Rise. Over on the other AP in that middle, double Doran's Ring, plus a Needless Large Rod, and Blasting Wand for Morgana as well, still on those Tier 1 boots. PK looks great in close range. Actually, we're going to see the push out. Oh, to be there. Oh, wow. Did you see that magic shield there? That was so perfectly done from Exa. However, in comes Scorer. He's got the prism down. Is he dead? Yes, he is. Ulti comes out from Jack. PK is very, very low. There goes. And we could see a dead Scarlet if he's not careful. Scarlet is going to go down in amongst all that. But it is still advantage Dignitas, 2 for 1.
2 for 1, and Hein porting down there, not able to get in the right time. Actually got a little bit greedy because he went in on Toscaro, who was pretty much already dead. Instead, he could have dashed the other way and he would have caught a full Dignitas team and could have probably got the ulti across him. As it stands, Dignitas almost certainly going to take this turret. Very nicely played. Dignitas really proving the typical American style of really very good teamwork. You can see Boy trying to get a picker, gets the stun onto the ulti onto Aranya, doesn't manage to knock him back the direction he was going. I'm not too sure what the point of that was because he was never going to get the kill with it, but
just because he could.
Just because he could, yeah. I think that's what it was. I think he was hoping he maybe caught someone a little bit lower on the hit points. Morgana had already gone back though, so Extermin now with actually hasn't reached that needs to large one. I was about to expect it to. Infinity Edge, of course, on Cutie Pie. Has had it for a while, so expected to see probably a Zeal coming out next on him. Meanwhile, look at the CS. You can see that Irelia really is quite far ahead on that CS, but unfortunately, Fizz has been picking up the kills and assists, so completely countered him, and he's just not been there. He's used that teleport twice now. The first time he had to cancel it, second time he came down just too late. Simple as that. So whether the call's not coming out, it's like, it's probably saying, am I needed? No. Oh, yeah, you might be now, actually. We've just died twice. But 10-3 is related into a massive gold difference in there. You can see 31k to just shy of 24. It is a big difference, and Dignitas in a very strong position. However, we're only 22 minutes into this game, and Heinz now going to get caught out there. 3-on-1, he has no tower to help him.
Oh.
Gets Fear propped as well. He's surely going to go down, and it is going to be 11-3. And there was no excuse for that. He just simply got caught out, stretched too far up that lane in the mid there. But better getting a bit of crit hits on him there. And, well, we might see even a push on bottom and mid here. A split push from Dignitas. It's a 3-2. They have Graves on his own. He's got to be careful. Morgana's actually circling for him. So we'll try and keep our eye on that in the bottom right corner, and that cameraman's just spotted it. And Extermin's thinking, should I go for it? Should I not? The rest of his team now going to come across. Extermin's going to have to back away, and surely that's going to be heading in towards that tower. Flash there, tries to headbutt him in towards the tower, but really, and the Dark Bind is missed terribly there. Babetta pops his ulti. I'm not too sure it's going to save him. Crescendo comes across. Babetta will go down. And Hein follows. That is just awful stuff. And unfortunately, Dignitas are looking so strong here because PK is going to go down. Pops the ulti. Cutie Pie will finally go down to the tower, but Dignitas are so strong. Dominant position here. 14-4 up. Just taking towers at will.
They've done so well in every single fight we've seen them so far, Dignitas. Again, that Sonar ulti coming across, catching them all. They just coming in at a perfect position. We saw Nocturne, his ulti to come in there, perfectly timed. And the thing is, Graves now, despite dying there, Demon, is 4-1-8. 7.8k gold, 150 CS. his items, he does have an Infinity Edge that we saw him build earlier. Obviously, we've got the gold overlay up at the moment, but as soon as that switches back, I'll be able to tell you what he picked up, because at the moment, 220 gold, I guess he bought something when he was back home after that death, as he just comes back into things. Rise does have Negatron Cloak as well. And look at this ballsy move from Spain, I'll tell you that, going in there, pulling that dragon out. Could be a good decision though. Graves is nowhere near, and Spain should be able to finish this one off before he comes in. The question is, will Dignitas make the push now that Graves is in? Yes, they will. Here we go with the team fight. Locust going fairly low. Prism in onto Hein. He goes down. In comes Extra though with the ulti. They actually flash away. Scarlet could be a dead man here, but he manages again to get that Prism off. Dark Binding misses. Extra goes down. They're chasing Aranyi, but Better is low. PK is low, but Cutie Pie surely is going to fall in and amongst all that. Yes, he is. And we did see the ults come down from Gangplank. Jat is very low, looking for the Kalanta PK, doesn't work out, and Spain get the advantage of that one. It is the ace, 3 versus 2 to 5, and we are going to see Spain surely take down 2 turrets here.
They're going to have to back away. They are too low. They could easily fall into the trap of pushing too far, getting caught down, then Dignitas would go straight for Baron, so they're wisely backing out of that one. That was some much needed kills there, bringing the scores to 16-9. You know what scares me out of all this? The fact that IG, Team China, absolutely walked over Dignitas. It wasn't even close. It was something like 29-7. It was a very one-sided affair, which tells me they're surely going to be putting themselves into one of the favourite positions. Before this came out, you would have surely said, you know, the 2 American teams at Canada definitely going to be in with a chance, possibly France and Spain as well. But as it stands, the Chinese team, the Asian teams as well, of course we haven't seen EDG yet, the Korean team, but we're told by Dignitas that they are very, very strong, EDG. So this tournament is wide open for anyone to take it. There's certainly no guaranteed positions, no top seeds as it were. And as it stands, Hein's going to get caught on towards Voyboy there. He's got to be very careful. The rest of Dignitas are around him, and they're trying to position themselves to maybe try and hustle for a Baron attempt here, which would be pretty ballsy play. They're 16-9 down. They're quite a long way behind, 6k behind in gold, despite the fact they just pulled off some really good kills in the round there. And PK actually looks like he's double stacked. Yeah, he is. Looks like a brilliant spot and a fortitude point now. I'm not too sure. We'll soon see though, and they are going to push across. They're trying to catch out Fierce. Hein, you can see, is pushing out top lane. I think they're going to try and rotate round. They've got to be careful they don't get caught out here. And Aranyi was desperately close to getting picked off there.
Yeah, that was dangerous position for Aranyi. Managed to get away. Hein is now going to join up with the rest of his team who are waiting here in that middle bush. Jat does get the slow over. Are they going to go for the team fight? They managed to catch Aranyi. He's down to half HP. That's a big, big win in that situation for Dignitas. The question is, will they go for the fight? Do they want this one? Look at Jack, constant harassment here. Needs to be careful. He's kind of alone as the ulti goes off. Oh, wow. Well, amazingly blocked out there by the Dark Binding, and Dignitas are going to push in there. Great reactions from Exeter. Great timing. However, we could see this turret go down. I don't think a 5v5 on that turret is what Dignitas have in mind, though.
Yeah, they baited out a Gangplank ulti there, so that's quite an important thing for Dignitas. They've took that away from Spain. They had to use it really just to escape, and wisely so. Dignitas are just going to regroup, and they're pinging across. They're going to fight over blue by the looks of it. You see that wall get in place, wisely done, because they're well aware that Dignitas are going to try and cut them across, and it's just a battle for blue. It's, you know things are getting tight. Extermin surely going to pop the ulti. Wesley Will's going to go with Black Shield. Managed to get the ulti across. Extermin will go down very quickly. Hein will follow. That's going to be one for Spain as well. Managed to get in there, but Spain are dropping left, right and centre for Better now with the ulti running. And they're going to go straight towards Aranyi. He gets dropped by Fierce. And Babetta goes down to Voyboy. And that is a 4-1 exchange in terms of Dignitas, which makes it 20-10. They're going to surely just push these both lanes. They're going to pick up blue, and I think Voyboy's going to take this tower. It's absolutely nothing. It's almost a given. And you know what? Dignitas really could go for whatever they like. Instead, it looks like they're just going to go back and buy, because they have a huge gold advantage. 9k difference, 28 minutes into this one. We're still actually not seeing a fight over Baron yet. Not even an attempting a Baron.
Yeah, I mean, at this point in the game, I think Dignitas, you know, with the pressure situation that they've got, they can't afford to slip up somewhere in this game. They have to take a comfortable win home. The problem that I have, though, Demon, Wiz is with the whole situation in the group. You know, if it comes down to a tie, we're looking at timings here, like we saw in IEM in China. You've got to win fast and you've got to lose slow. There's the difference. For Dignitas, I think it's most important for them here to finish off this game as fast as they possibly can. MYM probably know, you know, they're so far behind in this game, their back's totally to the wall, but they've got to hang on as long as they can because it can come down to that.
Certainly can. There's Invade coming on as well. Just having a pick across there. You can see Irani almost got caught again. He's kind of been the starter. I hate to pick on someone, but he's kind of been getting caught, which has been triggering the team fights. And Dignitas now gathering up at the top there. But like you mentioned, and obviously we talked to UK beforehand, and he says, well, if it comes down to that situation, it's not going to be me, that's for sure. As the cameraman manages to focus on a nice lady in the audience, and I believe he's actually a Riot employee. I'm not too sure.
No.
Definitely is in and around that sort of area, but the top tower does go down, and that's going to make it 4-2. But Spain are trying to do their counter push. They're going to get surely caught from behind, though. They are going to push on the tower. The pinks go down. Fierce and Nocturne now. They can't do a base race. Dignitas are not going for it. Instead, Dignitas are going to come up behind them and try and catch them out. You can see Graves closing in and Rise. Yeah, look, the pinks are going down on the map, though. They're trying to catch them out, but they're not having any of it. So Spain actually wisely picked it. They're running out of map, though, and Babetta tries to buy it. Instead, Babetta's going to surely get caught out. Dark Binders goes down. Will they manage to cut them across? And I think Spain might just escape this one. Nocturne pops his ulti, but has no vision. Finally dives in on towards Ergon, and at the moment it seems really not too sure which way this is going to go. Now Exodus getting caught out. Morgana ulti was not able to proc there. Scara manages to capture Rise ulti across everyone, but Babetta goes down hard. Dignitas finally lose one, but they're going to come out absolutely one-sided, and that is a team ace for Dignitas. It was inevitable. They just put that position out. The pinks go down, and Baron is imminent for Dignitas. That's put them in an incredibly strong position.
Yeah, incredibly is not the right adjective. It's not got enough power in it, I think.
Massive
what? Advantage and damage being done there. But yeah, a great performance so far from Dignitas. We've seen games like this come back, and I say games like this, I don't think they were quite this far gone, actually. 25-11 in kills, over 10k, 12k in gold right now. Baron buff with Dignitas. They're going to get themselves home by the looks of things, by the way that they're actually not moving right now, yep. And they're going to go shopping once again. And look here, you can see there the Korean broadcaster just hovering over those gold totals. It's such a massive, ridiculous advantage. And if you look at the kills, 8-1-6 for Fizz, 8-2-14 for Graves. Super support from Zona 1-1-22. The Nocturne ultis have been brilliant. The good old Prism from Rise has been so effective for them in this game. And to be honest, Spain have just not got into it. It looks like we could see another team fight coming on here.
And the main thing seems to be that Spain are always grouping up. Obviously, Morgana's popping her ulti, so they're kind of like trying to group around it, but it's falling actually into Scara's favour because he pops his ulti and he's getting the AE effect of bouncing around of them all being close by. Every ability he uses when that ulti's on is obviously getting the AE damage, and of course it's just going straight in the favour. Qtbai's just like, thanks, I'll bookshot you all while you stood together. That's fine, I don't mind it. So they're kind of working in towards Dignitas' way. It's just not working out for them. And you can't knock the way Dignitas have played this. They have just done very well. We're seeing Fizz obviously played perfectly well. And suddenly the European teams may look at this and go, you know what, we should probably start playing Fizz, because we have not seen Fizz in the UK. It's astounding me over the, I keep saying the UK, I mean in Europe. It's astounding me how we've not seen it. We've done a couple of Go-Falos, the EPS recently, plenty of stuff for ESL. Even the IEM
not seen him once
in the Kiev qualifiers, and we've not seen him once. He's not been banned at all, and we've not seen him. I just don't understand it. I think we're going to see some changes after this tournament, but then again, the meta's going to go blown wide open because there is no one meta. You have to change your game, adapt to whoever you're playing. We've got Asian, European, American teams, North America and South America. I think there's a few South Americans in there, I may be wrong, but there is 18 teams from 18 different countries. Iranians got caught out again there by Scara. Finally, I think Dignitas are going to make that final push. They've had this Baron buff for quite a while. They need to make use of it. You can see, obviously, Jan hasn't got it because he got caught down. He's the only one that doesn't have it. Look at that damage. Just a quick dash on some PK there, and he almost lost half his hit points. And it's just They're in such a dangerous position. They've got no sustain, obviously, with that Alistar support. They don't have Zona, obviously, topping them off. They don't have a Soraka healing them. They don't have a Janna popping the ulti. They've got no sustainability. And unfortunately, Dignitas do, and they are just piling forward now. And this is surely the final push.
Yeah, actually, Dark Binding landing there onto Cutie Pie, but I can imagine Dignitas ready and willing to take this one. They've done some good poke damage. They've got that constant heal coming in, and, you know, ultis all around, except actually Voyboy, who tried to land the shark on that turret there before they took it down. Well, that'll be up here in just a second. Short cooldown time on that one. And they are just waiting for these minions to come rolling in. And then we're going to see them try and bait the push. Here we go. I think they're going to fight here on the turret. We do see the Prism land onto Hein. In goes the Shark once again. Ulti's going left, right and centre. Ranyi is down. But Better is very, very in trouble here. He's going to be sandwiched. They're chasing Picky down. And, well, there goes the dash from Voyboy, who again will survive. Oh, needs to watch that turret. But this is going to be a turret kill. 4 men down. Actually, Hein managed to survive in and amongst all that one. And the thing is, Dignitas aren't so healthy right now, but the thing is, they're 5 guys. I think they can take Hein here. I don't think they'll have too much trouble. They've got that Baron buff still on. There's a blue on Voyboy, there's a blue on Cutie Pie. Those turrets are falling down. Hein's going to have one last attempt, which of course doesn't work out. Down go the turrets, the Nexus is going to fall, and Dignitas are going to keep themselves alive here at the World Cyber Games Grand Final.
Very nicely played, handling the pressure as well. Of course, they are on the main stage. It is a big, big stage to be on. And as you can see, they are very happy, and rightly so. So that puts them in a 1-1 situation. It puts Spain in a 1-1 situation. Now, Dignitas have to go and play the UK. Spain have to go and face China in that group. So it is really very... I'm going to keep my eyes on it, keep following us, of course, on Twitter. It's Joe Miller, I believe.
Correct.
And QBD Man, of course. Keep your eyes on Twitter. We will try and get the updates. We can't find a Wi-Fi. That's why I've not done one yet, but we will keep up to date. Of course, you guys watching throughout the night, the morning, whatever time of day it is. This is it for League of Legends today. We will have plenty more in the morning. I'm trying to look at the schedule to find out.
Yeah, tomorrow the first